Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tennis Manager. This is episode 14. Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tennis Manager. This is episode 14. Quick overview of what we're going to be doing in this episode. Obviously, continuing to move forward on the calendar, yes, but I just got back from vacation and I happened to pick up a cold while I was there. Negative for COVID. Hopefully, it remains that way as I plan to test again in a couple of days. But not feeling so great. Haven't been able to do much recording, and I was gone for vacation, so I've not gotten myself well set to have a lot of content out for you at the moment, and I've got some other tasks to get to in the next day or so as well. That being said, this is probably going to be a short episode, but I'll do what I can for this one. Let's go ahead and proceed with a WTA 250 tournament. Iyala is the number one seed here, and we're talking about a top 10 player. We're talking about top 15 player or top 11 player in the top 35. So, well, Fruvertova, number one junior, is 35th. We've got some competition on our hands, and we are probably not going to make it out of the first round. Interestingly, though, Nakunye is who came through the qualifiers. Looks like she's doing one of her very first uh, senior tournaments based on the rankings there. And then for myself, this was a wild card. It was a big invite, and I was like, okay, let's test our mettle. And the main reason why I did this, because I know we're not good enough, and we are almost certainly going to go out in the first round here. The main reason was when I saw the wild card invite, in the back of my mind, I saw that, oh, right. We have goals that we're supposed to achieve for the season, but the balancing happened early in the year after we had already started the season, and we had yet to achieve a lot of these goals. Now, there's a couple primary goals that we will be just fine on, but there's a couple secondary goals that are problematic. Turns out that this tournament fits right in between those two sets of goals and wouldn't have helped either way. So, no loss to losing this one. Let's go ahead and just quick sim it because, well, let's face reality. It's probably not going to go too well for him. Vekic, 32 in the rankings, 27-year-old player, is definitely a lot better. Better form, tough match. And while we certainly put up a challenge, as expected, it was a loss. 4-6, 3-6. Really not bad, though. She had 10 aces, though. That's a lot of points earned on the serve. But, honestly, 10 is not that much in the grand scheme of things, which is why I don't worry as much about serving as I focus on some other things. A lot more happens in other places. Those 10 points could obviously be costly, though. Total winners, we weren't that far behind. Unforced errors was level. We just were a little bit on the back foot. Kept it close, but she was the better player for sure. Just for reference, this is the goals that I was speaking of. Top 250 in the rankings, and we're at 116. I could sit out the rest of the year, and we will stay in the top 250. So that part's secure. We should be here, but she's not terribly satisfied. Top 50 in the U.S., we're at 24. Again, it could slip. It's probably going to slip, but it's not going to slip that much. We did get a semifinal where we're supposed to win a continental tournament, and this was there where it's up to a 160. Here is where it starts at 280, and we're supposed to qualify for a big tournament, and that just, I don't know if that one's going to happen. I'm pleased that we at least got to a semifinal here before things went crazy, because I'm not sure we're going to get that far again in the near future. And we're in New York for the U.S. Open Junior, and I'm not well fit. I'm in pretty horrible shape. I was training pretty hard. I was focusing on that. I do not think we're going to fare terribly well in this tournament, though first 2 or 3 rounds should be fairly manageable for us. Let's see if we can at least get past that point. First round was easy enough, actually pretty comfortable. Yes, the first set didn't go terribly well, but we were definitely the better player. Second round was also easy, 6-0, 6-3. 24 winners to 19. Just 6 unforced errors. We've had fewer than 10 in each match we've played so far. Our round of 16 opponent is ranked just 25 in the juniors. It should be a fairly easy one, we would think. But she is good enough to get the balanced tag. I think we're still going to be the favorite here against the 18-year-old. Yes, 6'3", 6'2". Good enough to get in that range to be in that middle third or so, but definitely not the better player, and we come out on top. Also noteworthy here, as we've played those few matches, we've regained our form a little bit. I was already taking care of the morale, so we're beaming there, but the physical condition all the way up from 60 something percent to 100. The shape, it's medium, at least it's neutral now. But you can see the now 2.5 star uni is still looking pretty good, but obviously still has ways to go. Those physical attributes are fairly decent now, again with the mentals, but yeah, it's the technicals that still need a lot of work. But we are approaching manageable levels where, you know, you would expect her to play decently against a lot of opponents. A return of 13 at the moment anyway, you know, a 13 on the backhand accuracy and the forehand accuracy. Even the service around a 10 isn't good, but we've seen much lower levels than this in juniors. But the better juniors are definitely a ways ahead. But now that we're in the quarterfinals, things are about to get tough. Marchenko is our next opponent. She is the 6th seed and ranked 8th in the juniors. And this is right around where our limit has been. This is where we're kind of at development-wise, into the top 10 in our second year. Good, solid junior, but not the best yet, even though we have that 1 seed. Below us, though, we have an easier chance of getting through the semifinal than we do this quarterfinal. And on the potential final side, you're looking at either Laki or Nagunye as the favorites to get on through. Actually, heavily favored to get on through, as 3 out of 4 matches here in the quarterfinals are quite unbalanced. The 1 seed gets the hardest match. Well, that's a matter of people being knocked off more than anything. But, you know, us facing the 6 seed is not exactly, you know, easy going. But you can see the 8, 9, 10, 11, the middle seeds here. That then makes a little more sense as to how you have, you know, 215. We had an easier path until this point. All of a sudden now we've got the tough path. It is just a junior match, and it is just a quarterfinal. I feel like I should play this one out, but as previously mentioned, I'm really not going to get a lot out of this episode. It's going to be a bit on the shorter side, and this is probably where the first major sacrifice in terms of cutting some time out. As an episode I recorded earlier today, I was pretty beat afterward. It's taken a lot to try to raise myself up to partake in this at the moment. Anyway, Marchenko is actually up to 7 right now in the rankings. We have beat her all 4 times we've gone head to head, but that's a totally different story now. But we do come out on top, 6-0, 6-3, and we won 60% of the points. It only took 93 points to get through this thing. Service was very similar. We were really good on first serve return. Points won. We got 54% of those. Total winners, almost identical. Unforced errors, we played super clean, just 4-11. And so this was down to being a very clean match. It looks like, I don't know how we did so well in this one, but into the semis, and there's a pretty good chance that we're going to get through the semifinals as well, and then have a difficult final. But hey, that sounds good for retaining your number 1 ranked, and you know, unless it's Nagunye and they win. Wow, it is Laki and Nagunye, the 2 and 4 seeds and ranked players in the other semifinals. So either one is going to offer us a heck of a challenge. I'd rather see Laki beat us because it, you know, might help keep us ahead of Nagunye, but at the same time, I don't think we deserve that number one ranking that we have at the moment. I wouldn't mind seeing us slip down to, fifth place or so, which I still think we're somewhere between that 5 and 10 range. But Andreeva at 14 could offer us a pretty significant challenge, but it is considered easy now with Andreeva. We did play her once, I think fairly recently, wasn't it? 6-1, 6-4 qualifiers in tight 2 sets, but we win both of them. It's 6-4, 6-4. Not much in the service department for either one of us. Total winners was almost identical, and total unforced errors was also pretty close. This was a tight contest that really could have gone either way, but we do come out on top, and we will play in the final. It's an All-American final with Uni versus Nguyen. All time, we're 3-1 against Nguyen, but you can see how Nguyen has actually already pushed herself back into the number one ranking. So this is 1v2 where she's actually got the edge. So ultimately, whoever wins this match will be the number one player in the junior rankings following this tournament. And as we're pretty late in the year, you would think there's a pretty good chance of whichever hanging on to that. And we're actually labeled as now being balanced. Last time we played Nguyen, she was the favorite, but we have caught up quite a bit. So let's go ahead and play this one as it is the final. First set underway, and we are looking forward to this one, but we hit an early ball into the net. Very much unforced. It was an easy ball to play. We do have, even though we are labeled as determined, we are facing some stress here in this final. Feeling the pressure a little bit. But Nguyen is labeled as stressed. And here is a huge factor. Huge. Massive factor. Looking at my stamina, you can see it is mostly full as we get the slam on that one. Nguyen, I think you can already just see just a little bit, like right there. There it is. Now you can really see it. It's starting to show up already. A little bit of black there, and not just the orange. She is super fatigued, and we're just starting. We're in the first game. So Nguyen getting to this match is quite tired, and this is going to actually give me a really good chance to come away with something here, as she's bound to falter in her accuracy. And as I have a decent amount of accuracy and decent physical attributes, you would think technically we've got a chance. And we've got advantage, a chance to break here already in the very first game with that stressed out. And very clearly, now there's no doubt about it that black line is quite present on your screen. Back to deuce, though. That one just in, and how did that... It hit the net and landed on that side, I suppose. Looked like it landed on my side, but wow. We are hitting that net a lot right now, and I'm not quite sure why that is, as I'm not the one facing fatigue. Why am I struggling so much with the net here in this first game? Attacking the net here. Got that one. That's in play. Back to deuce. That was a good ball. Ooh. Just long, and here we go. Long first game. This is playing to my advantage, as the longer the game goes, right, the more fatigued Nguyen is going to be, and then that's going to play out throughout that set. But again, I'm hitting that net repeatedly. Really frustrating. Whoa, that... Okay, from my angle, that looked like it was in by multiple inches, but okay. I don't have a very good angle. Thought it was comfortable. That one's well out, and we're back to deuce. I've seen more IRL tennis in... Wow, that was close. That was so close, but we have advantage here. I've seen now about 5 matches here during Wimbledon. Not entirety of matches. portions of about 5 matches. For one thing, while I was on that vacation where I just caught this cold, I have my Netflix account up and active, and watched a few things there, as we did claim that first game here, by the way. Trailing early on in the second game, though, as we made the unforced error on the long ball, but looking a little bit better here. Again, long rallies are good at the moment. Very good for me. That's a good one. She can't chase it down. You can see the fatigue in the legs already, and it's the second game of the first set. Super stoked about that one. I think we're gonna. I honestly, I think we should win this thing comfortably based on how tired she is. You can see it was hard for me to break her, but I did break her, and I'm capable of breaking her. And then with service, we just dominated play. You get that upper hand, and you hang on to it. Love 15 already, as we're easily putting the ball where she's not right now and controlling the match. Oh, that was a nice power hit that we've only seen now just the one time, honestly. Unforced error on that one. Well, good serve, I guess. Felt we had better control of that than we did. Anyway, I did see a few matches. I don't know why. Well, I suppose it's popularity. Why I end up seeing Nadal over and over again. I've seen him play like 3 times now in the last month. Still alive here in the third game, and a chance to really take control of the match early on. I think we're to a point now where we don't want rallies to go on and on and on and on, because her fatigue level is gonna bottom out and stay super low, and then we are gonna get weaker and start to have mistakes coming as well. So in a manner, you almost want now to have quick points. She's already fatigued, she's already making mistakes, we're fresh, so taking the advantage of being fresh as we hit the net again. Gosh, we are not getting the ball over the net very well. It's like I'm hitting the net or something. It's like I'm swinging the racket. Here's a good chance to score, and we do. Back to deuce.
Second service.
Again, that's what I was talking about with we're contending and we're getting that chance to break every game she serves so far. And when we had service, we were quite comfortable. Now, I mean, come on, we've only... That was so tight. So tight. Lucky I got that decision. Advantage, real chance to break now. And that's... Oh! Boy, it looked like we were well past her on that one, but she got that racket out and not only got a piece of it, but got it in play and hit it where we weren't. And then did so again, and now we're trailing.
Deuce.
Back to deuce after that one goes long. She definitely has a power advantage, but she doesn't use it against us very often.
Second service.
We don't have the... Wow. Thought I was going to reach that one. Considering the one that she reached... Net! See, it's because I'm at the helm. It's because she's my created player. It's like she's my family. What I mean by that, point being... Soccer, aka football. That's my top sport. That's the one I play. And why is that a factor? Why does that matter here? Why is that relevant? Because I like to hit the back of the net. You want to put the ball into the back of the net. We get the game, though. In the end, it's 3 games love. Let's go ahead and finish this first set. Should be ours, especially after we very easily won that 4th game. We challenged yet again to break, but didn't break. But then we got our service game, and it's 5-1. And now 40-30. Another chance at breaking, and that was just out. Called in, though. So, okay.
Advantage.
We get advantage back right away. That should have
Second
already
service.
been game, but hey, that's okay. Should have been set already.
Deuce.
Whoa, how did I not reach that one? That was a playable ball. For her. Not for me. For her. Uni could have played that. Ooh, I floated forward on that one.
Advantage.
That was a tougher ball to reach. And we just barely failed to reach. Easy ball there. Well out. And it's deuce yet again. Another long one here. And now, Nagunye, you can't see it, but Nagunye is now showing as moderate injury. As in, her fatigue level is so low that she is now being impacted even more greatly in her abilities. So we are going to win this primarily through fatigue. Nagunye, slightly better player, but I manage my fatigue levels a lot better. Winning in 2 sets, winning with games to spare.
Advantage.
And she had a very difficult Laki opponent in the semifinal. 5-2. Already back to set point here with service this time, 40-15. Into the net. And there you go. Set number 1 is our 6-2. And let's go ahead and speed things up. I think we should be fairly comfortable, but she does hold serve and break us. But then we do break her and draw level after getting the service there. And we've got a tight contest here at 3-3. Chance to break here to get the lead, and we do. It's 4-3 now. Let's go ahead and go a little bit slower with our approach now. With service, where we've been pretty good, but this second game, for some reason, maybe I'm a little more fatigued, and that's a factor. With advantage, that was close, but we do win that game. 5-3 now in the driver's seat for the tournament. Chance to break. It's 40-30. Little on the power there. Thought we could reach that one, but we don't.
Second service.
Is that our fatigue starting to set in, getting that match a little bit more closely. She's already at moderate level, and this is what I was talking about, right? You're only going to suffer so much. Once you get tired, you get tired. Deuce. Ooh, tough serve there, but we get it in play. Nice power hit from me, something we have not seen hardly at all, as I lack a bit of power. How has she reached that one? That's a couple balls here that I'm not sure how she reached. There it is. Advantage. Match point.
Second service.
Okay, attacking the net. Something I don't do very often, but doing well at the moment.
Deuce.
That was in. That was in. Again, with not sure how she reached, but not sure how I reached. One of those as well on that.
Advantage.
Ooh, great play. Great play. Advantage.
Second service.
For the U.S. Open Junior Tournament. Is this the point? Is this the game? Is this the match? There it is. There it is. And earned. We earned a victory with the balancing in place. Yes, we've had to grow and develop. It took us the better part of 2 years to be good enough. I don't think we're good enough to win all of these right now in the juniors, but we are good enough to win some of, especially as we showed we are balanced now against Nagunye. We've almost matched her in terms of ability, and we will soon surpass her if we have not done so already. But we're right there. We are right there now. In and amongst, I think we were looking at 5-10 before. Maybe we are looking at 1-5 now in terms of our place in the juniors, as in good enough to win a tournament, which we just did, still bad enough to lose tournaments as well. Hopefully not go out early in them, but late on. Great job though, and we do come away with the victory. I'm gonna go ahead and cut things short, as already previously mentioned, as I'm not feeling so good right now. But hey, I'm feeling good for the win. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.